the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. This is INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio. I'm here at the local congregation of Houston, and my name is Lester Palabasan. Co-hosting with me is
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, at magandang gabi. I'm Sister Mayfield May Zaragoza from the locale of Sugarland. Well, why I'm in Houston, we'll figure it out later.
I'm Brother Kurt Zen, also from the locale of Houston, and our last panelist here.
Yeah, I'm Sister Wendy Lowe, also from local of Houston.
awesome. We have a great, awesome panelists here, and so our topic is the advice spectrum, timeless and refined. So throughout our lives, we've met many people whom we gotten a lot of wisdom and knowledge and some great advice from, and many of them are life-changing. Some of these advice we actually wish we heard a lot sooner, and others may have changed in effectiveness through time or circumstance. So we'll be sharing some of our experiences all throughout this topic. But first, let's begin with our icebreaker.
Well, first, actually, let's talk about our question of the night. And our question of the night today, please leave a comment if you have the answer. What advice would you give to your younger self, either in work, relationship, or really anything? So give us a comment now, and then we'll see it and we'll talk about it later. But as he was saying, the icebreaker.
Yes, so tonight we have an icebreaker to kind of get us warmed up and thinking about advice. And so whenever Brother Justin is ready, we can show the material. Our icebreaker is called Blank, but Brilliant. Now, how it works, which is on the next slide, is we have different scenarios. We have 2 today, and it will say like a scenario, but with a blank at the end. So once we reach the blank, our panelists here, including our host, and of course, viewers, please try to fill out the blank. All right, Brother Kurt, would you like to take us through the scenarios?
So our first scenario is you accidentally zoned out during the meeting, but then you were called on to provide thoughts. What would you do? You would?
I was disconnected.
If it works, it works. Sorry, my mic wasn't working. My headphones.
This is why I'm here.
Would you pause and then answer?
I would freeze. I would be freezing like for 5 seconds. Wait, what was that?
Are you guys getting help?
Hello?
Oh, hello? For real?
Yes, but in all seriousness, go ahead.
In my experience, when you're in, at least for when I'm on Teams meetings, they kind of don't expect me to be fully focused all the time. I haven't been ever called out for asking what the question was. Like 90% of the time, they don't really care too much, and if they do care, they keep it to themselves. So I think asking exactly. Sorry, what was that? What was the thing I'm supposed to provide thoughts on? Is usually fine.
Exactly. You can also say, "Oh, sorry, could you repeat the question again?"
I would also just add into that, like maybe you could clarify more about the question. So
Yeah.
it both asks it, and at the same time, like it masks the case.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Covers your butt a little bit. Can we go to the next one?
Interesting insight.
A friend asks for advice on a tricky situation, and you're not sure what tone to use. You would try.
I get a lot of this. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I get a lot of this, especially with the friends that I have. I'm always happy to help them, but I think we've reached that point that they know me well enough that it doesn't matter. But when it's this situation, I would match it to what kind of problem it is. If it's like very serious, then it will be a sit-down conversation.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, how do you want to hear this? Do you want it to be serious? Do you want to be funny? I would ask them like which one would be comfortable for them to hear this breakdown.
Mhm.
And if it's like, well, basically that's the bottom line. Just know what the problem is, basically. If it's something serious, then of course you need to be serious. If it's something that's really not that hard and they're just overthinking it, then of course you gotta be somewhat serious. At the same time, you gotta make it fun. Because you gotta make them realize that you're just overthinking.
Some maybe I interpreted the question differently, but how I interpret this is when I have a friend who's like venting to me a lot. Sometimes the question that I will ask them before I give advice or feedback is, are you looking for comfort or advice?
That's good.
Because there's a lot of times where, especially when you're in a phase of venting,
Yes.
they want comfort at that moment. And then like maybe 20 minutes later when they're way more calm, they're like, okay, now give me the advice. Hit me with whatever truth
Right.
you're.
They just
yeah.
need someone to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For right
This
now.
is very nice
Yeah.
spectrums of this conversation. Because sometimes some people vent and they'll ask you, why are you not saying anything?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted me to say something.
But then there's also, especially a lot of guys, they're going straight for the advice. They just want
Oh,
like
yeah.
immediate feedback.
Yes.
And
That's what I love.
and then if you give them comfort, they're just like, I mean, I asked you a question, bro. Like that. So that's why I preempt
That's
that question nowadays. Especially if I can't tell anything.
That's true. If we are thinking about a tricky situation, like if they're in the mindset that they just need to like vent out, as you mentioned, or like they just need someone to listen, for them to listen to.
Yeah.
Actually, yep. In my experience, most of the time they're actually looking for just like an ear to listen to.
Yeah.
Especially when like they may feel like they're judged. So to answer for me, actually, the tone that I usually use is just unconditional positive regard. It's like, what if, no matter what their situation is,
Yeah,
let's listen to
it's
them.
it's pretty hard to be wrong when you're positive. You know,
Right.
right?
That's true.
Like the worst case scenario is they'll explain at that point, like, oh, sorry, I was looking for this. Because if you're positive, then it's really hard for them to be angry with you or upset with you.
That is very
It's really
true.
one way to just first listen and then figure out, okay, I've never been in this situation. I'm the wrong person.
That's also true. There's also
That's
true.
true.
You can, in fact, be like, sorry, I don't know. I will listen to you, but I don't
Yeah.
have any helpful advice.
Dick nodding, don't worry, I'm listening. I just have nothing to say.
Honesty is the best
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like it's candidly being there,
Yeah.
listening, and then I like what my sister May said, like also being upfront, try it,
Yeah.
asking, do you want advice or do you want just me to listen?
Yeah.
And viewers, please also share your insight or your advice as well if you've ever been in this situation, or if once you've heard this, if you have advice as well, please feel free to leave in the comments. We will find time to read your comments throughout the show as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say, speaking of which, let's see, for the panelists here, what advice do you wish you had received earlier in your career or relationship that you would like to share?
This I cannot relate. I'm gonna be upfront because my dad literally has given me advice after advice. The problem is I don't listen.
Oh,
So
For-
advice, check every single part of my life. Check. Did I listen? No. So no.
I think
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
talking onto that, the advice that I wish that I took more, I've received it very early on, but I never really understood what it meant. Was you have two ears but one mouth. That's like it's a little bit rude, I guess. It's very blunt. That's what my aunt and my mom, like everything on my mom's side of the family, all three of them would just tell me like, you have two ears, you have two eyes, but only one mouth. That means you're supposed to hear more, see more before you speak.
Okay.
There you go.
That's cool.
And I understood it like logically, and I understood the metaphor. I was not applying that.
Favorite part is you should have listened.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, I think we do actually subconsciously listen. So, for example, you may have listened to your dad. You might have just like not applied it, and then like
Yeah.
learned a lesson afterward. And it's like, I should have listened to my dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always, well, now that I'm actually like adulting, I really do think back on those days of like, oh, I should have done that. I should have done this. But then now I'm trying to redeem myself, and I'm like having conversations with my dad and be like, you told me this.
Mhm.
So now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And my dad's like quiet now because I have nothing else to say. I said it. And
That's
she
not- that-
actually listened.
That's actually something that's really nice. When I have started applying the lessons, or started like, maybe not applying is the right word, but like I finally understand why they gave me the information that they gave me. When I have like more personal conversations with my dad, I'll call them and be like, hey, I talked to the minister. He gave me the same advice as you. And so you're right, by the way. But also, I finally get it. I understand why you always told me that. And usually they're very happy about hearing that too.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think anyone's ever going to be mad at you for hearing, oh yeah, hey, I got your advice. Finally, sorry I'm late. I got it now.
10 buses in front.
So maybe I guess that the summary or the cap on that one, the recap or the advice is when someone gives you an advice, even if you don't get it at the time, just remember it mentally or jot it down somewhere, because at some point in your life, it's going to come together and make sense. Yeah.
It's like, when people tell you like experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then you're just like, your dad would tell you like not to do that. And then you do it anyway. And then you're like, you're right.
Should have listened to you.
Yeah, but I did listen. I just didn't want to do it. You're right. I wanted to get hurt. So now I'm crying. You're right.
Oh, I like this one from Brother Russell about falling forward. It's actually, so I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos from Cinema Therapy, which is a channel that that they react to movies from a therapist perspective. And one of the biggest lessons they always give is it's okay to fail. And failure is always a step towards growth. So you always need to fall. So when you fall, it's not like the only thing that matters is whether or not you get back up again. And if you get back up, then you're stronger for the failure. And that's something I wish I internalized more, because I would always beat myself up whenever I failed. Like if I got I'm one of those super honor students. So whenever I got like a B, I'll get really upset with myself instead of like going back to the past and going, why did I get the B? And then obviously in like bigger things in life too, where I made a mistake at work, or if I sent the wrong email, something like that, I would always beat myself up before trying to immediately learn from it. And the shame never really does anything.
And you saying mistakes and failure, that actually reminded me of something that I heard, and it ties back to you have 2 years, 2 eyes to come out. So it's you can learn from mistakes, but no one said you have to learn from your own mistakes,
Yes.
which
Yes.
means that you can observe, listen,
Yes.
and it doesn't have to be mistakes. It could be experience, like what May said. Experience brings a lot to the table. It can be also different failures and learn how you stand up, but it doesn't have to be your own. So just observe, listen as you go.
With us older people, I'm not going to include myself, even though I give a lot of advice. I just like to break the rules. So that's why I learned. But it always goes back to your parents. My favorite line, this is in Tagalog. So if you guys speak in Tagalog, my favorite line is that my dad would always tell me, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako.
Okay, I
So
may
if-
need a translation.
Yeah, roughly translating it is, this is going to be very rough, but it's like, you're just on your way, but we're already on the way back.
Oh.
So basically, they've been through it.
Mm.
You're just on your way. They're already going back to where you originally were. So they already know what's going to happen. So that's like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's very repetitive.
And so I guess since we're talking about different advice, what are advice that you use most often? Like what's the advice that comes into your mind when you're going about your daily life and things like that?
My favorite one.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Take one step.
Take
Just
one
step
step.
at a
take
time.
one step.
I heard something
Okay.
similar to that. No 0 days. So
Yeah.
so like if you have a big goal, for example, like for me, I'm trying to lose weight right now, right? So I have a big goal of trying to lose weight and improve my general health, right? So that means every single day, even if there isn't, even if I don't make like a big stride, like if I don't go to the gym and do like a bunch of work for that day, or if I don't eat very perfectly, I can, at the end of the day, if I'm like, I wish I did something, you can still do something. I can do like 10 push-ups. It's the very minimum thing means that I have done something towards the big goal every day. So there are no 0 days.
Oh, wow.
Every day is at least one,
Because
like you
people
make one
always-
step.
Yeah, because people always forget it. They always jump to the end result.
Yes.
They don't know
Yes.
that it's a process. It's
Yeah,
not a,
it's always a process.
yeah.
There's never, I mean, that's a good advice. It's always a process.
Shortcuts.
Yes.
If they tell you that there is, trust me, it's not gonna last. It is not gonna last. That's one thing that I've learned. It's not gonna last.
Just
just to piggyback like from this, yeah, it's like just enjoy the journey essentially.
Also true.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, for me, like the advice that I actually live by on a daily basis is like, you're in your own journey, and like, you're probably the main character of your story, but everyone's the main character of their own story.
Yeah, it's helpful to have that perspective.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is.
a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to a movie. It's like a movie. It's your movie, and everybody else is just supporting.
Yeah.
Either way, they're gonna be giving advice, they're gonna be teaching a
Yes.
lesson, or they're gonna be the lesson.
That's true. Yes. Yep.
This is a
Awesome. Yeah. But
Speaking of the end goal, there's one. Okay, can I keep on this topic? There's one more advice that my dad told me. I think only maybe once or twice, but I really liked it, and I'm gonna mess up the city, because he said it in Tagalog, but I
Oh.
translated it in my head. But I
Okay.
can't translate the city because it's a city. He says there are many roads to Baguio.
Oh, this okay.
I think that's the right city. I don't remember if it's Baguio or some other city, but
Okay, there's
We'll
many
use
roads to a
Baguio.
city.
sure, I guess we're using Baguio.
Okay.
But the idea with that is if your end goal is this, and then you find a wall with a plan that you produce, you should not give up on the end goal. You
Oh,
should
yeah.
look for another road that gets you to Baguio.
Yes.
Because there are many roads that lead to the city, and what matters is getting to the city.
If
It
the
would-
mountain doesn't move around
Yes,
it. kind of
exactly.
thing. Nice.
I wonder
So-
what,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
actually,
go
I
ahead.
wonder what our audience actually also like have.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shall we
Think-
read like some of the comments? Let's
Sure.
see. So, so one of them is that, let's see. So one of the comments is like from Elizabeth Vega. I would give my honest advice, regardless.
Oh, I think that was from the
Our
icebreaker.
blank-
Yeah.
Icebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, but
Yeah.
even though that's good advice.
Yeah, it is
Be
good to be
honest.
honest. Yeah.
That's
Be
true.
honest.
From Bern Gonzaga, you always get back up, especially since you have God as support in your life.
That's right.
Yes,
You're never
always.
alone.
Never,
Yes.
never.
So we get a lot of like advice actually. Like,
Yeah.
to see. And then Kevin Marin said, pat them 3 times in the back. Say they're there.
See, these are sports.
It's okay.
Thanks, Bruga.
Do you guys think there's any advice that might have changed like throughout time in their effectiveness?
Right, that needs to be refined.
Yes.
Yeah.
The big one for me is it's gonna sound bad, but it's like you can do anything.
Oh yeah.
I
that's
think
true.
that would like follow your dreams. I think it's too
General.
general. Yeah. I think to a degree you need some amount of nuance to that. Especially because
Circumstances change.
well, circumstances change, but
Exactly.
also like if you do follow your dream, sometimes it can make the dream not what you want anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
That's
Like
fair,
if you
yeah.
do a hobby as your job, sometimes it stops feeling fun.
Yes, it
Um,
drains you, it burns you out, so it's not a hobby anymore.
And then now that you don't have a hobby, you just
You're nothing.
yeah.
You don't take this negative.
Like the idea of the advice is not bad. You can do anything, right? But you kind of need some perspective when you get there, I think.
Like think about how does it apply to yourself versus just
Yeah.
following
Yes,
without further
yes.
thought. Yeah.
Right.
What about you, Brother Lester? Is any advice that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say like to piggyback off what you said, like about following your dreams, right? So one of the advice that I've received before was to become a software engineer back in 2017 or 2018. And I actually got that from a couple of friends. And eventually, like I left my accounting job to become a software engineer at that time. It was me and a couple of friends also from church, and many of us became software developers at that time. And it was very life-changing. But if I were to give the same advice again, it would be not as let's see, it's not going to be like as
The same
applicable,
circumstance,
yes,
yeah.
because of the evolution of software engineering, AI, and whatnot. They may actually be like stuck, So,
Yeah, the career, how the industry is working, right? So
Exactly.
it's important to remember the advice you were given, and then look at how the times have changed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's true. I think another one is I know a lot of people say, hey, you got to step out of your comfort zone.
true.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right. But you got to take a look. Like, what does that even mean? What's my comfort zone? And then if you're forced to come out of your comfort zone to do something you're not ready for, it might not have the result that you're hoping for. So it's nice to step out. That like these are all still really positive advice. It's just when you're hearing it and then when you want to follow it, make sure you're thinking about, oh, okay, how does that apply to me?
Mhm.
Yeah. And another one that I've heard is fake it till you make it.
No.
Oh.
No.
Some
No.
I
Please.
actually think fake it
Okay,
till you
go
make
ahead.
it is probably, I think it's just too far on one end, so to say. Because I
Right.
think
Right.
stepping out of your comfort zone and fake it till you make it are kind of like the same
Hmm.
advice. But one of them is like try
Please.
very hard in one way,
Right.
whereas stepping out of your comfort zone is like trying a little bit of this thing.
right.
And I think
Yes.
stepping out of your comfort zone is fine, but faking it till you make it has
Please.
consequences.
It does. It does.
Why do you
I-
speak from? Why do you
I'm
sound like you
saying
speak from
this.
personal experience?
Job wise.
There's-
Yeah. Trust me, if you're doing that part and then people ask you questions about the job, and since you're faking it, you're literally giving out problems and you're just making it bigger for people who actually know what
Yeah,
they're
true.
doing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
please.
Like in my job too. Yeah. When I ask a review question, if someone doesn't know how to answer it, and then like, okay, so where did this come from? Then it's really obvious. So at times, it might be easier, for example, if someone asks you a question or can you do this job? Can you do this project? It might be better to, not all the time, but it might be better to say, oh, yes, I'm willing to take this on, but I don't have as much experience and so may need further guidance.
Right.
And of course, you would need to do your work, like actually do research or do what you need to do to actually grow professionally. Yeah,
I'd
but
rather have
that's
that.
definitely one. When I hear it, I would just shake my head.
Yeah. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have you like, to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'd be like, great, fantastic. Thank you for telling me. Let me tell you.
Yeah. They'll teach, most of the time they'll teach you.
Yes,
Yeah.
let me
Absolutely.
tell you. This is what we do.
Yeah. Most of the time they'll teach you.
Yeah, and be proactive. Like say,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know much, but I will do
I'm
my
willing to
research.
learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out of curiosity though, like have you experienced like or have you met anyone that may have experienced imposter syndrome? So let's say that
I'm
if-
better.
essentially like you're trying to fill in a role that you don't 100% believe that you are confident in just yet.
Mhm.
With that, the fake it till you make it. Like even though it seems more extreme,
So
I think there is.
You have-
I have met a lot of people like that. I've met myself who still has that. My dad has told me multiple times this. If they hired you for the role, you can do the role.
I don't know about that, but
Because his perspective is that if they hired you for the role, they've looked at your experience and they know that either you can complete the role or you can ask enough questions to figure it out.
Right. You have the
That's
ability to
You
learn.
have the ability to learn
Yeah.
because they've
Makes
looked
me
at
grow.
they've looked at it, right? No,
Yes.
Most hiring people are pretty smart,
Mhm.
right? So they should have the experience to be like, yeah, you're someone who if you can't do it right now, I
We
think
can
you
train
can
you.
learn it.
Right. Like
Yeah.
the soft skill side of
Yes.
things.
We can train you. There's growth in you.
But
There's
that-
hope in you.
Yeah, but that's different than fake it till you make it. That's
Exactly.
that's you got hired and then like they ask you to do something, you're like, I don't know. Versus
yes.
like, oh yes, I do know, and you don't know about it.
Yes.
You know, that's different.
So in this case, yeah, I would also say that, like, as you said, if they have chosen you, not just for let's see, the career, but also maybe friendship or like relationship.
Yes, that's
you-
true.
That could also apply there. It's like I've only met you for like maybe 10, 15 minutes, but you seem like a really awesome friend. Like, for
Yeah.
example, like,
Oh,
everyone here, like, and the panel, like,
thank you.
let's see, you guys have like very talented, very smart, and I'm actually very blessed to have you guys in my life. Yeah.
Thank
you for the perspective.
Yes.
And likewise.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I mean, before we kind of wrap up for today, is there any quick comments, one or two to read from the viewer?
Sister Lauren here says the advice I give my younger self would be not so self-conscious. Just own
No,
it.
definitely yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing
Yeah.
that.
Being yourself is important.
Definitely.
Oh,
I would agree.
Sister-
Lydia,
yeah, go
Lydia
ahead.
Jordan, actually. It's not about just getting there. It's about how you get there and gaining experiences along the way.
Exactly.
There's many roads about you. Great city. My dad is definitely listening, and he's gonna be like, "No, it's actually Quiapo."
More.
Yeah, so I think today, I mean, we definitely need more than the 30-minute session.
Oh, for
the
sure.
topic, but I love hearing all the sharing, and then especially our icebreaker. Our viewers, thank you so much for chiming in, and also thank you, panelists, for sharing all of your experience. But before we wrap up for today, we can never forget to thank our multimedia advisor, Brother Mark Angelo de los Reyes, our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talons, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caritativo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andea, our station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Irano V. Manalo. And of course, a special thank you to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo.
Make sure to tune in next week on Friday as well, 9 p.m. CST, 10 p.m. EST. I'm not good at time zones.
that's
For another
about
topic
right.
from the District of Texas.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, subscribe to the INC Radio YouTube channel, and we'll be passing it on over to INC Radio Caribbean. Thanks for watching.
Thank
for
you.
watching.